They're a really solid team. The pitching staff's going to be really good. They got a lot of veterans. I don't think it's anything that we haven't seen before. This past weekend we saw a bunch of really top tier arms. So I think we're just going to keep doing our thing and be confident in what we have.
Seems like you've made some pretty sizable jumps hitting left-handed pitchers this year. Just how big of an emphasis was that for you, and what do you do to kind of practice that and improve on that?
I think that was one of the main things. Last year I really struggled, and so in this off season, the fall and the summer, that was one of the key things that I needed for me specifically to improve on. And it's just getting in the cages, working with our coaching staff who's so good at what they do, and just preparing us for what we need specifically. And I think it's a tribute to them, and it's just a kind of heightened focus when there is a lefty, but then also just playing and knowing that I have the confidence to do whatever I can against them.
We'll go Trey and then Wes.
Hey, Luke, coming off the last 3 weeks, you had the SEC tournament, then you had the regional. Well, what's the preparation been like this week? And is it good that you guys had those kind of 2 weeks, especially the SEC tournament, to go through that and then just trying to push through over the next, this weekend and potentially next?
Yeah, I think both Mississippi State and Hoover prepared us for a playoff type feel. A lot of people in the stands, a lot of emotion, and I think we handled it really well as a team. And some of the younger guys got their first feel of what it's going to be like in the playoffs. But then, as far as practice preparation goes, just do what we've been doing. We're just trying to stick with what we got, keep practicing hard and doing our thing.
Luke, what kind of drills can you go over in practice to get better at hitting a lefty? I mean, do you have machines that you can turn around, or is it like, hey, Mabry and Redmond, let's get some work in today? Or how do you go about that during the offseason and improving that part of your game?
Yeah, well, I think V did a really good job in the fall specifically. Whenever we had a lefty on the mound, I would normally get an AB against them. So just seeing repeated reps against them. And then when it comes to cage work, we do some offset, just like seeing it from over here as opposed to straight on, that kind of deal. But really, it's a mentality thing. Just not getting too wrapped up in it and really focusing up in what I need to do.
Do you think there's a pressure to culminate the success, and if so, do you think that's a positive or a negative thing for the team?
It's whatever you think it is. You can feel the pressure of being this really successful team and then let it crumble you, or you can say, hey, we've come this far with what we've been doing, and let it propel you and the confidence that you have of all that success.
Hey, Luke, how much does it help, being at this stage last year, knowing you just need those 2 wins to get to the College World Series mentality-wise as you head into the series?
Yeah, I think it's really good that a lot of us, the older guys, were here last year and saw what it's like to play in a Super Regional and just be ready for it so we can help the younger guys prepare themselves. But really, it's we're just taking it one game at a time. It's not a different game in the Super Regional, still baseball. So we just got to play like we have been, and we'll be fine.
Hey, Luke, being one of the veteran guys on the team, what is your message to the younger players to help them prepare to continue this postseason run?
Yeah, just be confident in the preparation and just go out there and play. Even though it is a bigger stage, so to speak, it is still the same game that we've been playing. They've been doing a really good job with handling the pressure, handling the fans. They're not really playing like freshmen, and that's one of the things that our coaches reiterate. Once you go through a fall here, you're not a freshman anymore. You've been through it, and I think they have a really good deal with being confident in what they have and then letting the older guys really coach them up whenever they need it. They don't really need it all that much, but yeah, they do a really good job of being in the moment and doing what they need to do.
And Luke, having that stage here at home, what does that mean to you guys, having the fans behind you and giving you the confidence, I guess, to play whether you're ahead or behind like you guys were a little bit this weekend?
It's these fans are crazy, and Lindsey Nelson is absolutely electric around this time of the year. So good luck to whoever tries to come in and play us here at Lindsey Nelson, because it's not a hostile environment, but it's one that it can get your nerves going, get your emotions going, and I think that we've done a really good job of calming ourselves down when the crowd starts going and letting it feed into us, just being confident, knowing that we got all of All Nation behind our back.
Luke, not a lot of teams get up on you all, but over in this regional, 2 teams in a row got up on you guys 4-0. How do you guys come out with the better mentality to make sure, you stay ahead in the game?
I don't think we need to stay ahead. We know that no matter what happens during the game, we're going to get you. And so I think this past weekend was actually a phenomenal opportunity for us to show that even though we are down, we can still come back. And I think it prepares us going forward. We don't have that, we're just going to beat everyone by 10. We're always up. We have that prep that we know we can be behind and still come back. And I think that'll be detrimental going forward.
Luke, at this point, transfers and transfer portaling is such a big part of this. What do you think are the best selling points that Tennessee has for guys that might be looking for a new place to go?
Well, I'll start with the coaching staff. Tony V is the most passionate coach in college baseball, and I can say that without a doubt. And what he does just to prepare you is absolutely phenomenal. Elander is, I think, the best hitting coach in the nation. For whatever reason, he just knows more about hitting than anyone I've ever talked to. We got Frank, who's one of the better pitching coaches in the nation. He's been around for so long, does a really good job of getting our pitchers right. And then new addition this year, Ricky. He's a really good infield coach, and he's taken what Ross Kivick given him, and he's developed us really well. And then you talk about our facilities. I think we have one of the better prep facilities, that is the batting cages in the nation. And then, Lindsey Nelson, if you bring a recruit to Lindsey Nelson in June, they're gonna feel why they need to come here. It's just something else.
Anybody else?
I got to read this one actually from someone. Yeah, what makes Tony Vitello such a good fit for this program?
We're lucky enough that he landed here because I really think he could fit in anywhere. But here specifically, we got a really passionate fan base, and I think that his passion exceeds their passion. They kind of try to keep up with him. So everyone's just feeding off of everyone, and he's just a phenomenal coach overall.
Do one more, Wes, finish us off with Luke.
Luke, how long did it take you once Tony got here to learn how sort of passionate or wild he could be about it? Was it off-season workouts? Was there a moment during a game? Is there anything you can remember where you're like, whoa, this guy's different?
I think from the moment he stepped on campus and we started practicing with him, you could see that he wanted us to succeed, and he was going to do whatever it took to make that happen. When he first came on in the fall, God, that's a long time ago. I got a bad memory. But it's just he expects a lot from us, and in the fall it's kind of hard to judge. But then you get into the spring games, and you can see it come out, and you're like, wow, this guy, he's up there, and we just got to match him.
Thanks, Luke.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Luke.
Hey, Jarrell. Get back there, River. Let me know when you're ready. You guys all ready out there? All right, raise your hands. We'll take questions for Jarrell Ortega. Start us off. Rick in the back.
It's always the guy in the back. Terrell, I think this pitching staff last week in Statesboro for Notre Dame gave up like a total of 7 runs. What do you know about them, and what are you all talking about as you approach going up against these guys this weekend?
We know they have a great pitching staff, like you said. They have some really good ones that they trust. They got some veterans, like Luke mentioned. They got guys that can, have been through it. They know how to work and stuff. So I would say just bring our A game. Keep on doing what we've been doing. I think we should be just fine.
How excited would you and the team say you are for, going up against such a great pitching staff, and you're one of the better, if not the best, hitting teams in the country?
Oh, this is going to be an awesome weekend for sure. I'm excited for Lindsey Nelson. It's probably going to be as loud as he gets. And honestly, 2 great teams. Obviously, they've been doing it all year long, and so have we. But I'm really excited. Like I said, a great pitching staff and a great hitting team. So it just comes down to who wants it the most, honestly, who competes every at-bat, every pitch. So I think we'll see what happens with this weekend.
Darrell, kind of the same thing I asked Luke, but what would make Tennessee such an attractive place for someone who's looking to transfer at this point?
There's many things. I mean, like I said, the coaching staff. You got guys that just want the best for you, put you in the best situation for you to succeed. They put multiple hours after practice. I mean, I think they spend more time with us than they do with their own wives or whatever. Honestly, so I mean, I think the fact that they care that much and stuff like that, so it shows the character and like the type of players that they want, and also how much they care. So I feel like other than the coaches, the fans, hands down, I think it's the best fan base that we have in college ball. I mean, fans really want you to succeed as well. So I think that just brings it all together.
Drill, I know when you got here, you were overcoming an injury, and you spent kind of a year just kind of fighting through that and everything. Did that make it tougher for you to sort of feel at home and feel comfortable here, or did that sort of give you a better chance to take a step back and kind of really get comfortable being here?
Honestly, it kind of like you said, it helped me out to take a step back and help me and get comfortable with it. I mean, like going back to Mike's question, I mean, Vol Nation made it feel like it was home. There was never like where I feel like, oh, I'm not home, people don't want me here or anything. So I think I just took a step back, realized, hey, like I'm a good player, I know where I am, and just took a mentality reset. So I just took a step back, reset everything, and just started working on everything I needed to do mentally in my game or anything. But I don't think there was ever a problem with me not feeling at home whatsoever, because Vol Nation always made it feel like it was home for me.
Drill, at what point was it maybe over the past couple years where you realized just how much better this team was and how much different things were going to be? Because I know that, things were kind of, a couple years ago was a weird year, and then last year y'all kind of emerged. At what point did you realize, like, we got dudes here now, like, we're going to be good?
Honestly, I mean, throughout the fall, facing guys like Dolander, Chase Burns, Blake Table, facing those guys in the fall is not fun. I mean, I can only feel for what the other teams are going through. So, I mean, we have guys in the fall like that, and then when we went to sit down in Texas when we faced some really good competitions like Texas, Oklahoma, and Baylor, they're freshmen pretty much, but they're not pitching like it. So knowing that we have guys like that, like especially Christian Moore, Blake Bird, these are all guys that are freshmen that are playing like they've been here for 4 years already. So that shows like the type of maturity we have on the team, and the type of what we're capable of doing on and off the field as well, like defense and off the field as well. So I think probably second week into the season, I'm like, okay, yeah, like this team can be like really, really good and do some really special things.
Any more questions? Last call. All right, thanks, Drew.
No problem.
Thank
you.
Thanks, Drew.
Tony should be here in 10, 15 minutes, so go a little time.
Sean, that was my fault. I told him 11:45 because I told him.
No, it is my fault that we're listening. That is all on me. I know better than that.
You were a fool. You can go back and double check. I'm pretty sure he said 11:45.
And I believe it was on me. That makes me more.
We also talked last night, it was like 11:30. Never. He's posting those. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna try to see the record, but
Yeah, I definitely.
You're the first person I've done.
Notre Dame baseball account.
That's pretty funny. Hell of a season.
Season.
I know Roger. It's not.
The only thing I was looking for is don't hang your head. No need to hang your head, guys. Great season.
I think we're let me do that.
Yes, most of it at least, yeah. I also love that it was like, at first off, you could just possibly be Notre Dame it was just talking about the record. But then I think it referenced, did it not reference someone that was in Knoxville this past weekend too? Or some, maybe not that.